I'm Tobie Hewitt, and this is Core Strength for Peace. And I will start by saying namaste to everyone here. And namaste means my spirit is now bowing to your spirit. That we're having a connection from my spirit core to yours. And so as we move through tonight, you'll see that namaste is a very important part of Core Strength for Peace. Why does this exist? I work in an office where people were miserable. They probably still are, except the ones that I've actually talked to about how to overcome their misery. And it's a misery because there are people who have expectations that are way up high that never actually see these people. And they want things done yesterday, or they want things done immediately, or they did the wrong thing because they were asked to do the wrong thing. Whatever the reason is, the person who's downtrodden and suffering from misery doesn't have to be living that way. Because no matter what comes at you, you have the opportunity to use core strength to overcome it. And to be able to meet any challenge that anybody in corporate America or in a school or organization can throw at you, because you will have a strengthened core. Okay, so what's core strength? There's two kinds of core strength. One of them requires crunches and planks and lifting weights, and it comes from this area, and you're going to build up your muscles and all the stuff that's in there so that you have washboard abs and you have a strong central core. That's not this core. This core is inside of that core, and it's your spiritual essence. Now, when I say spiritual essence, that has nothing to do with religion or dogma or anything. There's no organization, there's nothing. It's just your spirit, because we're all spirit. And that's the beauty of this, is we are all the same being with different physical characteristics. But inside of us, that spark, that thing to which I say namaste, I bow to you, I bow to your spark, my spark bows to your spark. That spark is all the same. If you took it out, it would look all the same. Okay. So, in order to strengthen your core strength, your spiritual core, you can do several things. You can meditate. That lets you become aware that you have this inside of you. You can use stress reduction. That allows you to use what you've learned in meditation to release some of the stress that's causing you discomfort. Okay? You'll see what I mean as we go along. Once you have all that understood, you can move on to what I call the Namaste response, which is understanding that we are all spirit and being able to sense not only your own spirit, but the spirit of other people around you. So you're connecting not on just a physical situation where I can put my hand out and shake your hand, but I can bow to your spirit and I can actually feel, and you'll feel this, I hope, by the end of this session, that you are connected to other people, which takes away all the misery and discomfort that you're feeling in whatever situation you may be in. Because once you realize we're all the same, you know, it's very hard to feel negative towards the other person. You kind of start sending even the most negative person a lot of love and compassion and empathy, because you think, well, they have the same thing inside of them as I do. And if I felt the way that they do, and I was treating people the way they are, I would want someone to love me too. So that's where we're going with this. So the thing that binds both physical core strength and spiritual core strength is the breath. When you are lifting a weight, I'm going to get this absolutely backwards tonight, aren't I? When you lift a weight, you exhale. And when you let it go, you inhale. Okay? So it's like, okay? When you are meditating, you have to start thinking about your breath too. So the thing that connects those two cores that are inside of you is the breath. Okay. Meditation helps us locate and strengthen our spiritual core while connecting us to the larger community. Locating and developing your energy source through meditation helps to control your response to external factors. Starting with the breathing practiced in meditation, you can gather and center your energy source by practicing stress reduction. Stress reduction helps us to remove negative energy from our body, mind, and spirit, and instead access the energy in our core that will alleviate the fear and frustration that stress leaves us vulnerable to. See? So if we're removing the stress, we're no longer reacting in that way. It also promotes clear thinking and productivity, which is why a lot of people in business and education would enjoy having people be very calm and relaxed, because people can think better, productivity goes up, and let me think, then profit goes up. So stress reduction is an important aspect. It eases physical and mental stress manifestations, such as pain and nervousness, and can help alleviate depression. The increased awareness created by reducing stress will help you on your path of developing peaceful connections with others. Okay? Weak spiritual core, I love this part, also allows others to control us through fear and intimidation. Okay? When we are allowing ourselves to be tense, weak spiritual core also allows others to control us through fear and intimidation and breaks our positive connections to others. Practice the Namaste response, which is the third aspect of Core Strength for Peace, by being aware of your spirit and the spirit in others. Sensing, sharing, connecting, and communicating through this energy is what creates, it occurs on what is known as the interdependent web, which is what we are all connected through, whether we do meditation and stress reduction and love each other or hate each other, whatever it is that we feel, we're all connected. It has nothing to do with us personally, it has to do with the way that everything came to be. We're all connected. Now, one thing that isn't in the book that I just want to share is that one way that you can think about this, and we're going to start doing exercises in a minute. One of the ways you can start thinking about this is that when we are using our best self through core strength, we start to listen with the ears of the heart, and we start to see with the eyes of the heart. So everything comes out of love, comes from a space of love and compassion and empathy. That's what we're moving towards when we're doing these exercises. I wanted to let you know where we're going, so then you sit there going, why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? Now you know. So we're going to practice a couple of techniques. There's a lot of techniques in the book. It would take, as I say, a few hours to go through all of them. I'm sure you have something else to do this evening. By changing your perspective and in turn changing the paradigm by using inter and interpersonal communication methods, you can change the immediate and larger world in which we live. So we're not just doing meditation, stress reduction, and the Namaste response. We are now going to build a community that's either immediate, right around us, or, if this works, and I hope it will, spreads out across the land, across the sea, and changes the paradigm of the whole world, which would be nice, because anybody who's watching right now knows that maybe we could change it a little bit, make it a better place. So anybody who is going to take Core Strength for Peace is going to sort of become an emissary for that kind of change, automatically, because you're going to be a part of this thing as you hook up to it. And I'm going to actually give you a suggestion tonight, and you are going to see that you will become a part of a larger part of humanity in the next 12 to 24 hours. I promise. As we develop spiritual core strength, as we develop our internal energy core, we are able to share in each other's joys and sorrows, magnifying the former and alleviating the latter. When we are able to do this, we experience empathy, and in empathy are the seeds of peace. When we can feel someone else, what they're going through, whether it's joy or not, we are able to live in empathy and sow the seeds of peace. When we understand the joy and sorrows of others, we are more likely to avoid confrontation. If you're living where everybody is spirit and everybody is love, it's a little hard to be confrontational. at the job, on the road, in the UN, all of it. I do have great dreams. And instead pursue peace and compassion. Our ability to find and develop peace in ourselves then can be practiced in any setting and in any environment. And we can allow this to expand beyond our immediate space and time and into the larger world. We are all energy. We've proved that tonight. We are energy. The Namaste response connects our energy. When we bring our energies together, anything is possible. You probably have heard this next part. When two or more are gathered with the same intent, anything is possible. When you're on Facebook and somebody's asking and begging for help, and they want to be healed, or they know somebody who's is very bad shape, and everybody sending healing, sending prayer, this makes a difference. I also send glitter, but that's another story. Peace, healing, and glitter, and the people who get the glitter, because I visualize glitter going towards them, they can feel it. People can feel this stuff. It isn't just me making up a magical story. There's no unicorn here. Invention comes from tapping our energy into the greater energy. Inspiration equals breathing. We breathe in. All is energy, all energy is connected, and we are one. To quote Gandhi, be the change you wish to see in the world. And it all starts with the breath.